Hello.
Welcome to Internet Killed the Video Store, the podcast. If you're one of the dozens that's been following the blog, we're probably going to shift that more towards the podcast now. We'll still be doing a little bit on the blog, but this will probably be the primary focus. This is actually episode 2, just to get you an expectation level of how inexperienced and little we know about what we're doing. We recorded a full episode about 2 weeks ago, and Pro Tools ate it, and we lost it forever. So This is our debut episode 2. Now I'm going to make things awkward already. So, Ben, we recorded episode 1 on like a Tuesday, and me being my annoying self kept texting you, asking you about it. It wasn't until Thursday that you told me that we lost it. How long were you putting off telling me that it was gone, though?
It was more of putting off just like getting it done.
Yeah.
I actually didn't realize I lost it like right before I told you, to be honest. I just dragged my feet on it.
Oh, I figured you knew you lost it and you were scrambling trying to
didn't
recover it.
No, that would be something I would do though.
Yeah.
No, I would definitely be hesitant to tell you, but as soon as I did figure out I lost it, I didn't feel as bad dragging my feet because I would have lost it no matter what. The thing is, I left it open for too long, and then once you leave anything open on Pro Tools and like shut anything else off that's connected to it, it just fucks up your whole session. And I didn't save anything because I'm an idiot, and it was just lost. I felt so bad. It was like 2 hours too.
Yeah, it was way too long. It was probably a blessing in disguise.
Yep.
The only thing we really lost was Ben calling Sicilian Murphy, and we talked about the voice cast of the movie Ants. That's all I remember, really.
Oh, damn. Well, we also did we did a cool take where, like, one has Rotten Tomatoes fooled you the most, which I thought was cool.
I kind of wanted to talk about that again a little bit, just as far as, like, expectations, because all I've heard about today, like, reading on the internet, is this Halloween trailer. And I'm stoked for this movie, but I feel like trailers just screw with my expectations so much. I try to avoid it. And now I have to like hide from this thing until October because everybody's just like, oh yeah, the trailer gives away so much. Like, do you fuck with trailers at all, or do you try and avoid those also?
Yeah, dude, I do, which is I'm way too impatient. Like, one of the most anticipated movies in the last like 10 years for me was definitely The Dark Knight Rises. I would go on YouTube and try to find like the early spoilers that they would show, like exclusively in theaters. Like, do you remember when they would do that?
Oh yeah, that one they gave you like nothing. It was like Commissioner Gordon in a hospital bed. Wasn't that the trailer?
No, dude. So they did one where it was like the whole beginning scene where Bane like overtakes that flight.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah,
they showed that in theaters, and
yeah,
I should have just like left that shit alone. Like, it would have been so much cooler if I saw that for the first time. At the first time instead of rewatching it again.
Right. I just hate that stuff. Even Rotten Tomatoes, I try and avoid there because I'm like, if I go in like, oh, this is a 100% movie, this is going to be badass. And I'm like, what the hell?
Rotten Tomatoes has led me to better movies than it has led me to bad movies. But I will say that I've had more instances where Rotten Tomatoes said something was bad and it was good.
Yeah, definitely. Whereas, yeah, I can't like... My sister's a big movie person, and I'm like, I can't get her to watch anything that's under like 60%.
Yep.
And it's like, no, Swiss Army Man is a good movie. Just watch it.
Yep.
The guy rides Daniel Radcliffe's corpse like a jet ski, and he farts him to land.
And Manchester orchestrated the whole soundtrack.
Exactly. It's a great movie. Which is the best part.
The coolest part.
And I don't know if you saw this, but Between the Buried and Me is coming out with a new record.
I did see that.
Do you know what it's called?
Nope.
Colors 2.
Oh, damn.
So,
that's my favorite album by them.
Exactly. So, like, already knowing that they're, like, probably 10 years past their prime, I'm like, okay, I'll check this out maybe. But now it's Colors 2? Okay, this better be fucking great. And I can't even, like, listen to the singles now because I'm just going to be too hyped up and be let down.
Here's something else that fools me, because I looked up Between the Buried and Me the other day, and thinking that, like, the most popular songs would come up would be, like, anything from Colors and, The Great Misdirect. No, it's an album I've never even fucking like heard of. It was Coma.
Oh, Coma Ecliptica.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of Coma Ecliptica.
It's all the recent stuff though, because
but but like you said, they peaked 10 years ago. So why is that?
I don't know. I don't know if it's just because like obviously when they were their most popular, people were listening to it a lot more. So like people don't go back for the old stuff as much. Like I'm sure if you look at Green Day stuff, there isn't a Dookie or Nimrod song in their
Basket
top 10.
Case
That's about
is
it. Yeah. But yeah, it's all the most recent shit.
But like these bands kind of get their shit under the stick because if you want like a first impression of Between the Buried and Me when somebody goes listen to them, you'll probably try to go to one of the most popular songs because usually most popular like everyone usually likes like somebody's most popular song for the most part unless you're just trying to be pretentious. But
Right. Well, and that's kind of the whole cycle of like sharing and having music be like a social media experience where if you look at Spotify, most bands most popular songs, like there's this gap between like pre 2012 where like if you had a really big song there, it's not going to register in the algorithm. Anything you put out now is going to get way more listeners because they're going directly to Spotify or directly to Apple Music.
yeah. And so there's nothing in Between the Buried and Me's songs on this is Apple Music from Colors or The Great Misdirect, and I'm going down to like probably 20 songs, 20, 30 songs, and those albums were so fucking good in my opinion.
Oh yeah. I think I bought the last two like Between the Buried and Me albums that I bought. One I bought at the Warped Tour and the other one I bought on like Apple iTunes for my iPod. So, I mean, none of that shit's going to register. And I listen to that stuff nonstop.
There's a song from Colors too. Have you listened to it yet?
I haven't. I'm nervous. See, this is another thing. I don't want to listen to singles anymore. Do you listen to singles before the album's out?
I mean, if they're forced upon me, like I'm not like you at all. I still listen to the radio.
See, I don't.
Yep.
If I can help it. I heard that single from Green Day last year, and that was the end of it. I knew it was going to be terrible.
It's so bad, man.
And it
that
was.
falsetto is fucking garbage.
It doesn't even sound like them.
No, it doesn't.
I can't.
People
take it.
bitched about American Idiot, and I tried to hide that I liked it forever because like all my friends act like they sold out. But people try to say that they did something weird to his voice in American Idiot. I don't think it's that different from all their old stuff, but now listening to this new stuff, it's like they put this weird like hi-fi filter like on every single one of his vocal tracks. I just don't like it at all.
No, but that's another example of kind of what I'm saying. Like when all I heard from Green Day from American Idiot was the singles, I was like, oh, this sucks. But when I actually sat down and listened to the whole album, it fit into the narrative of the whole thing way better, and I enjoyed it a lot more.
Oh yeah, dude.
But if I judged it just off the singles, I was like, oh, Green Day isn't for me anymore.
Yep. It's weird. And that's one album definitely that I think they kind of did it before concept albums got really huge and cliche, but that whole album is supposed to be like a giant concept, and the songs do like blend in together very, very well. But then after that it really sucked because they kept trying to do concept albums and getting more and more like corny and cliche in my opinion.
So what do you think your concert going forecast looks like? Are you trying to go to music festivals this summer?
Yeah, I'd go. I mean, like outside or inside?
Either one, I guess. I mean, the whole thing for me, it kind of comes back to some of the things pre-quarantine. I don't know if I want to rush back to exactly. Like, I was watching The Matrix on Netflix, and there's that scene where they're all like in the weird Matrix world, like dancing at a rave, sweating on top of each other.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, that looks so germy. I do not want to go back to that right now. Like going to a hot, stinky festival, like coming home with everybody's BO plastered on you, just sounds terrible to me.
Yeah, man. It does sound a little bad. Like it already sounded terrible before COVID, but in the moment it was awesome. But I think back then it was at least worth the repercussions just to have a little of somebody else's dirty juice on me. It was like,
dirty
what it
juice.
is. I would just shower and it was all good, but the whole day was a fucking blast. And if I have to deal with like somebody stink on me, it is what it is.
Right.
But now, like that stink could be, I don't know. I actually don't know if COVID can be transmitted through any other bodily fluid besides saliva. So I can't say anything, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
We won't form any theories.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
No, that gets dangerous. Not like we have any listeners, but
No.
I would do indoor too. I'm not as skeptical as most people. Just like the whole political landscape that surrounds music that we're into. Most people probably be wearing masks anyway, so
Right.
I can't imagine it being crazy.
A lot of them are selling out pretty quick also.
Yeah, that's good, man. Like these artists need the income.
Yeah, because artists get such little revenue from Spotify and streaming services, like they basically use Spotify as a marketing tool to get you to the concerts. And if there's no concerts, yeah, you're kind of fucked for a year.
Yeah, dude, have you seen how like some of these big artists, like a lot of rappers, like have these fucking robots get their plays up?
No, I haven't.
What? Yeah, man, like 6ix9ine?
Yeah.
He's a piece of shit, but he even like admitted, he's like, yeah, who doesn't fake plays, man?
He's got like server farms that just click through his songs.
Yes. And I don't think it's as much for the money as it is to be on a chart for the clout, because that dude is shameless.
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing. I've seen like streaming, the whole model is built to benefit labels more than artists, because it's kind of like the stock market where you need like hundreds to thousands of options to be out there. If you put all your eggs in one basket, like even like 1 million plays for one song is only going to generate like $2,500.
That's insane.
So you have to, yeah. That is the rough estimate here I've got from the Google Net.
Okay, but if a band we listen to has a whole album and each song averages 1 million plays and 12 songs times $2,500, you're looking at 30,000.
Right.
But
that's still not a huge number for 1 million songs or 1 million plays for every song on your record.
Yeah, man. And I don't know how like Apple Music does it or Amazon Music does it. So maybe they have different like commission structures.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, for right now, I think they said the streaming revenue is like 83% of the industry, and Spotify owns 32% of that market.
Oh my God. I'm not surprised.
No. Apple's the next closest, and they've only got 18%.
Where's Pandora?
I don't even see it on the list anymore.
Pandora
Do you
used
still
to be
use
the
that?
shit.
That was
No.
big.
Haley does, and it's
Yeah.
awful. She was like listening to Halsey radio one day, and then a song came on. I'm like, how do you know this band? She's like, I don't. And it was fucking holy shit, we saw him at Riot Fest, and now he's accused for Brand New.
Brand new.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Brand New came on Halsey radio.
That's
like,
wild.
They've always been, to me, they've been known for putting an artist in there that has nothing to do with what you're fucking listening to.
I have found a couple decent ones on Pandora. I'm not going to lie. I found And You'll Know Us by the Trail of the Dead, and the Yeah Yeah Yeahs were really good. But then that same radio station that suggested those two gave me Weekend Nachos and Municipal Waste, which
So-
have nothing to do
Yeah.
with those. I don't know what the algorithm is there, but it's broken.
Dude, their algorithm is definitely broken, because there's been way more times where I've like had shit come up that wasn't even in the same genre, let alone subgenre. I'm not talking about like hardcore and then I got switched to post-hardcore. No, it went from like hardcore to pop.
Yeah, I don't know. I think my dad uses Pandora, so that's where Pandora is right now in the greater scheme of things. So you said maybe on music festivals.
Yeah, I think I would go.
So here's the thing.
With a group of friends.
I'm going to talk out of both sides of my mouth a little bit here because I sounded kind of hesitant earlier.
Yeah.
But Limp Bizkit is playing a free concert in Hammond, Indiana.
Yeah.
And it's like 2.5 hours away, but I kind of want to go.
Okay. But
Do you think that's dangerous?
Yes, because the people that are going to go to that probably aren't going to be wearing masks and aren't going to be vaccinated.
That sounds like a super spreader event.
Yeah.
But
I think it also depends on the band that's playing, because you know like what their audience is like.
I've been waiting since 2001 to break stuff.
I'd go with you.
I want to go, but it entails 5 hours of driving for Limp Bizkit.
And the thing
on
is,
a Thursday.
Well, we can't wear a mask too, or I'd probably get beat up.
We probably will get beat up.
So
it's true.
It's a lose-lose-win situation.
Kind of. I don't know. I haven't seen any videos of them live either. I don't know what Fred Durst sounds like in 2021.
Dude,
I can't imagine he's aged very well.
No, for sure. Puddle of Mud came to Fort Wayne a couple years ago.
Yeah.
He played at the Rusty Spur, and he was so fucking drunk that they had to end the set and they kicked him off stage.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's good.
No.
Wait, no, Puddle of Mud's She Hates Me, right?
Yeah.
Did they play any of the good stuff? Or they like...
I think they tried.
Yeah. See, what sucks is when you go to like we went to Everclear and they played, some of the hits, but then they're like pushing, okay, we got a new record. It's like, that's not the reason you got booked, man. Nobody wants to hear your new shit. I'm sorry.
Yeah, man. That's like at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame when Billy Joe got kicked off. And he's like, fuck it, I want to play some new shit after ending Basket Case.
Right.
Nobody wants to hear that.
No. You got to read the room, Billy.
He did. He ended rehab.
Yeah. So we're so on concerts, on festivals. You're willing.
Yeah, and I think if you go with a group of friends and you know like where you all stand, like Because a lot of people go to music festivals with a group of like 10 or so.
Right.
And if you're all vaccinated and you're going to be like in the close proximity of each other the whole time, I'd say that's a little more safe.
Yeah.
As well.
Just be respectful.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that seems like a lot to ask lately, but that's all it comes down to.
There's a lot of other things. There's a lot of context that would make my decision. So
yeah. What about movie theaters?
Yeah.
Yeah, you ready to go back?
Yeah, dude. I mean, I've never went to a movie theater and had somebody sitting like closer to 6 feet from me anyways, unless it was like opening night. So I'm not too worried about that. I love movie theaters. It's more of the experience than anything. Like here, we have the AMC, and then we got the Cold Stone. I fucking love Cold Stone. It's a big thing that I go to AMC, get a giant fucking pop, and then go to Cold Stone after.
You buy the pop? You don't smuggle? I'm a smuggler.
No, dude. Not after I got this money invested. I can't smuggle. They get free popcorn to the investors now.
That's true. I did hear that.
Yep.
So you're not taking any. You're buying it all. Like that's an expensive trip though.
Yeah, I don't usually buy the popcorn. I usually just buy a large pop and share.
Yeah.
They get free refills, and I'll miss a couple minutes to go get another.
See, that's gutsy. I'm taking in my own pop, taking in my own candy.
Oh, when you said smuggle, I thought you like stole from them.
No, not that.
Oh, you smuggling your own?
I'm
yeah.
taking in my own.
I'm not a big candy guy anyways. If there's anything, it'd be those cookie dough bites.
Oh, those are bad.
No.
You like those?
Yeah.
I don't feel like any of the fake cookie dough is actually good.
It's probably not, but it's the best I got.
That's the best you got?
Yeah, man.
I mean, popcorn's got to be the most overrated concession snack
I fucking
there is.
do not like popcorn.
It's gross. It's
No.
my own fault.
It's empty too.
When I was like in high school, I took a bet to chug some vegetable oil in home ec class, and ever since then, I just like butter popcorn just makes me puke.
Oh,
like, the
dude.
gag reflex. I can't even smell it.
That's actually the only way I can eat popcorn, if it's like way too buttery and has like a bunch of like crazy flavored salt on it.
Yeah.
Also, there's this popcorn that you make and it has a marshmallow topping.
What?
It turns into like a dessert popcorn. It's actually super fucking good.
I've heard of people putting hot sauce on their popcorn, but not marshmallow. That's
Well, you don't put anything else besides marshmallow. You're not gonna mix butter and marshmallow or salt and marshmallow.
it's just marshmallow on top.
Yeah, dude.
That's odd.
That's good.
What have you ever just balled out and like, I want to go all out and just get the full concession experience and just like spent like $40 at the
No, fuck no.
What's the most you've gotten?
It's been so long, man.
Just popcorn and pop?
Yeah, I go to movie theater anymore, and I've realized the value of $1 being on my own, and I can't.
Not in this economy.
I haven't gone and balled out at a theater in a long time, and if I have, it's been so long that I don't remember.
No, I think the most I spent once was, we got to the theater early. It was like a group of us meeting, and we were waiting on one guy to show up. So we went to the bar, and the drinks there are way overpriced and really bad. Like ours tasted like shit. It was some kind of Captain Marvel tie-in that was supposed to be like pineapple flavored. It was terrible.
Yeah,
It was like $12.
But yeah, I'm a yes for theaters just because of the experience. Like, and if you go with a group of friends, it's fun too. I get that it's more convenient to stay home now and do it, but I'm all about the feeling of things. So
I feel like quarantine has prepared me to just cut him off entirely. Like I'm ready to let him die. I'm
Don't
sorry.
do it, dude.
I know you got stock writing on this.
Yeah,
but
I do.
I'm just done. Like every movie's out on HBO and Netflix. I can pause and take a shit if I need to. I don't have to smuggle snacks. They're all in the
True.
fridge.
That is the worst part, going to the bathroom and missing something important.
Oh yeah, that's torture.
And I really don't think the screen resolution is that much better, to be
No,
fair.
really.
The sound is, for sure, like it's louder. Like I can't get that high definition sound in my house.
I got a sound bar, man. It's pretty close.
You get into the whole realm of like diminishing returns. So
Well,
like,
yeah.
you're gonna have like a sound system. It's like cost $10,000 more, but sounds like $5 better.
Right. I don't have a need to like rush out. I will admit I did go see Tenet and it was not worth it, so maybe that's clouding my whole experience.
Yeah, it is. Is that the last movie you saw?
That was the last theater movie. And
Yeah,
it was,
dude.
It was weird because I was in there with like 3 other people and there was like 2 moms taking selfies with masks on, just like happy to be out of the house. And I think they left like halfway through it.
Yeah, man. I'm not surprised. I think the last movie I saw was that 1917 movie.
Yeah, 1917, the war movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really well done. That's a good theater movie.
Yeah. No, that was awesome.
Have you ever walked out of a movie just like pissed that it was awful?
No, I don't think so.
No?
Uh-uh.
Nothing terrible?
Not that I remember.
You have any like memorable best theater experience?
Yep. Dark Knight Rises.
Dark Knight Rises. Just being there at midnight.
Just like sharing the excitement with like all these other people, like coming together as a community to know that like this whole picture meant as much to me as did all these other people. I don't know, I'm a big like community person, so like if I'm excited about something and I'm with a bunch of people that are also excited about it, I don't know, man. It's just a feeling I get, and I really liked it.
I don't get that from a theater though. Like I get that from a concert where everybody's like just sitting there amped up for it to start, but
It's basically a movie concert.
I don't get that vibe, man. I get like I'm here to babysit my kids and kill 2 hours away from my house, or to make out while my parents are at the mall, or I don't I don't get the community aspect as much.
I mean, I can see why, but that night I did. I don't get it on any other night except for that night.
The big openings.
Yeah, the
I
big
get
openings.
that.
Like the Harry Potter ones.
Like went to Harry Potter openings.
I did, and I fell asleep. But like
that sounds electrifying.
So that's the closest I guess I've been to walking out, is I fell asleep through the Deathly Hallows Part 2. But everyone else was like dressed up in their fucking cloaks and shit. Like you can't tell me those kids weren't so fucking excited to be there. And that's probably one of the best nights of some of their lives.
We went to a midnight showing of The Dark Knight, and we got a bomb threat. So it was just the biggest like blue balls moment of all this anticipation growing. We had no idea what was going to happen. We all kind of laughed at the idea of Heath Ledger being cast as a Joker, and then like the pencil scene happens and everything fucking changed, and we're like, all right, this guy's in. This is going to be awesome. And then he shows up to the dinner scene and the lights come up and there's a bomb threat and we have to go to IHOP and just be pissed. And our friend who was at a different theater watching the movie with his brother met us there. It was like, oh, it was fucking great. And we're like, I don't want to fucking hear about it. This is terrible.
That sucks so bad.
And we had to wait. I think we redeemed it the next afternoon. But yeah, it didn't have that same excitement around it. You're right.
Yep.
The midnight was big. We were lined up and we went like 3 o'clock in the afternoon with all these old people. And it's like, this is still a really good movie, but
it's different, isn't it?
It is a little. But I'm still ready to just watch everything at home. I mean,
well, maybe we just need to make theaters smaller, like have them for specific movies, like high-end things. If HBO is going to keep coming out with shit at home, then I don't see the need for these big-ass theaters showing like some of these low-budget pictures.
Well, that's the thing, yeah. Like Netflix provides a really good platform for movies that don't have giant audiences, where like you can rent out a whole movie theater for The Dark Knight or The Avengers. Nobody's going to go see like a full packed house for The Shape of Water or, Roma, where it's all black and white and Spanish subtitles. Like
Manchester by the Sea.
Exactly. I think I went and saw that
I saw that in theaters.
Yeah, Cinema Center. And I think we had a weird tradition where we went and saw a movie as a family on Christmas Day, and that was the one. That was a rough.
Yeah, that's fucking weird.
Quiet car ride home.
Yeah, dude. We did that too for a little bit. Me and my parents, and we went to it got to the point to where James Franco and Seth Rogen kept doing their movies like every.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so we got to see The Interview the one year, and then the other year it was the Disaster Artist. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, with the Tommy Wiseau.
Yeah,
that was great.
We talked about that on the Deleted podcast.
We did.
When James Franco just like was a complete fucking douche to Tommy, not letting him talk at his.
Yeah, and we decided that the punishment should be that Tommy gets to play James Franco in a movie about him.
Yep.
Since he basically just exploited Tommy Wiseau for the only good movie he's directed.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
So it all comes full circle.
Super fair.
But yeah, I think that's kind of like the whole community aspect, where like even music festivals, if you go to something huge, you don't necessarily get the same vibe as like a really intimate, close setting.
Yeah.
Whereas like movie theaters, the experience hasn't really changed in 30 years, where the at-home experience is way different. It's way better. The quality from VHS and cable reruns to just streaming directly to your TV, seasons of TV at a time whenever you want it. I don't know how theaters would compete with that unless you do have like a more community-based experience where there's like, I don't even know. Like you brought up last time. That was the other thing from the last one. You brought up the idea of having traveling live performances of movies. And I just had to bring this back up because after you proposed this idea, I, of course, shot it down like the dickhead that I am. Like, what?
It's a bad idea.
The Rock and Jason Statham are just going to tour the country doing Hobbs and Shaw? And you're like, yeah, of course. And I started to think more about it, like detailing it out. Like, it's all a special effects movie, so they're just going to be sitting in a stationary car on stage acting like they're driving for 2 hours.
Dude, I was just trying to get creative, and I forced some really bad thoughts out. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
It's not a good idea.
It just made me laugh later. That's all. I had to bring it back up.
I mean, you asked for ideas. I gave you one.
Do you have any others?
I mean, I think they're onto something where they're renting their empty theaters out now, and people can, like, bring their Xbox and shit and plug in.
Yeah, you can do, like, birthday parties or whatever and play
Yeah.
Mario Kart on the big screen.
I think that's their next step, because I've gone to matinees where fucking nobody's in the theater. It's like, how much are they wasting on, like, the electricity for the screen, the sound, and the guy rolling the projector up there? It's probably automated, but still, somebody's probably got to hit play or something.
Right.
So
A lot of the luxury services moved to, like, you get, like, a big comfy couch and, like, a blanket and dinner served to you. Like, I feel like that's a little odd to do in a giant room full of strangers.
no, I mean, not really. You're going to a restaurant room full of strangers getting the same thing done to you without a screen.
Yeah, I don't know. Something about the blanket. There's
Oh, a blanket? Yeah, that's
yeah,
weird.
There's
Okay, yeah.
unpure things
For
happening under those
sure.
blankets.
If you're 15 years old and you're going to one of those, you're getting an under the blanket hand job for sure.
They gotta bleach those seats afterwards.
Oh yeah, no, that's weird. Like, what was the place that just closed down here?
Oh, the Cinema Grill. Yeah.
Yep, I loved that.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I did like that. Get some chicken fingers.
Yeah, dude.
Watched an Alvin and the Chipmunks movie.
Yeah, they actually had like bar style like tables where you could like sit at actual tables, not just your seat.
Yeah, it was nice. I
Yeah.
like that.
And they're have to get creative. They're gonna have to make it more of an experience. How they do that, I don't know. They're trying to switch the chairs. That was the first step. People loved it.
The recliners.
People do like it.
It's such a bummer though when you like pre-designate your seat and you get the one that doesn't work.
Yeah.
Because then you don't want to switch seats and have somebody come up and be like, "Hey, I played for 56D. What the fuck, man?"
Yeah, man.
They don't have ushers anymore.
Yeah, they don't.
Rule of the law.
They can't.
Martial law. Anything can happen.
Um.
And will.
So what else we got
Um.
before we go on for another 2 hours again?
Yeah, that's true. We got to wrap this up. So there's not really any movies we're going to talk about because they all are either in theaters or we've watched them all. We both like The Conjuring.
Yeah.
It was good. You said it was like a true detective version of a horror movie.
Yep. That's why I liked it.
I like the spin on it that it just wasn't like another haunted house investigation, and they kind of broke the atmosphere and the recipe for the first two, where I
Right.
feel like the second one was way too much like the first movie, and the third one kind of broke out of that a little bit.
I never saw all of them except Insidious, but I don't think that's even the same
No, it's
family,
not.
is it?
It's the same
Okay.
director, but
Same actor.
yeah, oh yeah, Patrick Wilson's in both of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, the creepiest thing for me was the after credits stuff where they played like the real footage. I wish they would have put that at the
Yup.
beginning. That would have been tight.
Yep. It would have made it. I think it would have got you a little more emotionally invested from the beginning,
Right.
like seeing that shit.
Amp up the tension. But yeah, Quiet Place. Neither of us have seen that because that's
No.
theaters only.
Yep. Sicilian Murphy's in it.
He is. Fast 9. You gonna go see that one?
No, I thought about it just because I rode the ride last week in Universal. It was a fun ride.
I thought it was a bad ride. You liked it?
Yeah, I thought it was fun.
It sold you.
Well, we went on Skull Island, which is like the Kong ride,
Oh yeah.
and it fucking sucked. Basically, Fast and Furious was like a better version of the Kong ride.
Yeah. That is Ben's dog, Riley.
It's probably only getting picked up on my mic.
Oh, sorry. I'll just ignore all this.
Hey! But yeah,
I forgot to even introduce us. Since this is technically episode 1, episode 2. I'm Ryan. That's Ben.
hey,
Yeah, I guess so. We'll just skip ahead to recommendations. What's your content recommendation? Listening, watching, anything?
Patriot.
Patriot.
Nobody knows what it is.
On Amazon.
Super fucking good show.
It's not a Mel Gibson movie.
Yeah, not The Patriot. Just type in Patriot.
Patriot. There's 2 seasons of it, right?
Yeah, only 2.
I
They
still
ended
need to
too
catch it.
early.
It's the guy who wrote The Weatherman and Pursuit of Happiness created the show. So it's kind of, I'm assuming it's pretty deep, emotional.
Nah,
Not really.
kind of. The dude has PTSD, but the cool thing about it is they don't come out and fucking say it.
Spoiler.
It's in the description if
Oh,
you watch
sorry.
you Rotten Tomatoes it. But yeah, he's got some really bad PTSD, and the dude just is he's numb and he's going through the motions, and it's also very funny too.
All right.
It's weird. It's a very weird genre. It's comedy, thriller, because he is a government agent. He's like doing all this shit under the table that is technically approved by the government, but if the government was ever asked about it, they would say no.
So like Fast 9, right?
Maybe.
I think they're agents for the government now.
His dad's a defense contractor, and he works for his dad. His dad makes him like do all this like crazy shit, and he's basically just like numb to it. So he's got PTSD, but it's funny, it's a thriller, and you also feel for the guy at times. So it's a lot of everything.
All right. Yeah, I haven't seen it either, so I need to get around to it. There's a lot of TV.
What's your recommendations?
I'm going with Home Is Where I Became Birds. It came out in like March, but I just finally got it. Very good Midwest emo type vibes. Got some harmonica in there, some acoustic stuff. I've been listening to that pretty constantly. And movie-wise, Riders of Justice. It's a Mads Mikkelsen movie. It is kind of not what you expect from a name like Riders of Justice, but I won't say more than that because I don't want to spoil it. Don't look on Rotten Tomatoes. I think it has a good rating because I did look it up afterwards, but it is from Denmark, so you got subtitles, but it's worth it. It's easily the best movie I've seen this year so far.
I'll check it out.
But
I'll
yeah.
check that out. You check Patriot out. We'll
Deal.
talk about it next time.
All right, there you go.
All right. Anything else you want to go before we bore the fuck out of everybody?
Nope, bye.